Okay, welcome to the Reading and Phonics Phase 3 presentation. So this follows on from our Phase 2 one, which happened in the autumn term. In the summer term, we'll be looking at a Phase 4. Just a reminder that at Elmhurst, we are aiming for every child to be a successful reader and have been developing your child's early reading skills since September. And hopefully you, like myself and the other staff members at Elmhurst in reception, have noticed huge progress, huge development in your child's reading. We are amazed by how well they are doing, and we know that this is just going to continue for the rest of the year. So how we do this, we have daily phonics sessions, small group reading practice sessions, and this has changed this term. So we used to have one a week. We are now doing 3 sessions a week for every child. Which means whilst we will continue to do one-to-one reading, this may happen slightly less because we are doing more group reading. Daily class stories, weekly visit to the library, and children are taking their books home, story inventions, and exposure to phonics and opportunities to engage in reading and writing across the provision. And we have got many keen readers, keen writers, who are often seeking out those resources, those reading areas, those phonics cards, and that is just really lovely to see. So at Elmhurst, just a reminder that we use the Little One Door Letters and Sounds Revised Phonics Scheme and the Big Cat Collins Reading Book Scheme, and these are very much closely aligned. Children move through the Big Cat Collins reading stages as they learn their letters and sounds in phonics. Adults complete child-friendly assessments to determine whether or not children are ready for the next reading stage, and we will inform you of this in their reading record. So this term, children should be moving on to Phase 3 books, and we'll be completing, like I say, those child-friendly assessments at the end of this half term and at the end of next half term as well. However, please don't panic or worry if your child is not quite there yet. Every child is unique, and we do understand that they may develop at a different pace to others. Children who are not ready to move on to the next reading stage will be given additional support with their reading and phonics. And of course, please do speak to myself or Miss Bruce if you would like any more information on how you can support your child at home. The last half term, we were learning the Phase 2 sounds. We learned all of these, and we learnt how to read words with these sounds and these tricky words. This term, we will be learning Phase 3, which are these sounds. As you can see, there are slightly less sounds, but they are longer words, slightly trickier words with digraphs or trigraphs. We will continue to learn new tricky words whilst also reviewing previous ones they have already learnt last term. And also we'll continue with our reading and our writing as well. So we'll write sentences and words. During Phase 3, children will also learn their letter names using the alphabet song, or they will continue to use the sounds when decoding words. So whilst they will learn that the S is the letter S, we will make sure they are still using the S sound. And just a reminder of some of the terminology, hopefully your children will be saying these things to you. Grapheme, which is the written letters. The phoneme is the sound that the letter makes. Digraph are 2 letters that make one sound, for example, the ch. Trigraphs, which are 3 letters that make one sound, for example, the I. And tricky words and common exception words are words that cannot be blended together, for example, she. How to support your child's reading at home. So it's a very similar format to what it was beforehand. What you will, however, see is that the books are now a little bit longer, and the words will include more Phase 3 and more tricky words. But like with the Phase 2 books, to begin with, start to look at the front cover, think about what pictures there are, predict what might happen in the story, and share your ideas too, and read the title. On the inside cover, there are the sounds that are included in this book, in particular the Phase 3 sounds and any words with these sounds. So for example, the I, there's the word light, the A, there's the word rain, and of course they're tricky words as well. And it's really good if you practice reading these before your child reads the book. There is also the vocabulary section, and we do recommend that your child reads these words and then you talk about them to develop their understanding of the words. And then read through the book, pausing to discuss the pictures and the text. it's really good that when you're reading, you talk about the pictures, in particular linking it to what they have read. So for example, the word kitten, where can you see the kitten in the picture? It helps them develop that understanding between their vocabulary and what they have read, and also encourage them to use the pictures. We don't want them to forget about the pictures. Often at this stage, some children are so focused on their writing and they're so impressed with their writing, so focused on their reading and impressed with their reading, they sometimes don't take as long to look at the pictures, and actually we can get so much information from the pictures, so it's important we continue to use those. Read through the book again on the next day, encouraging your child to read tricky words and the common high frequency words by sight. This will increase their fluency. In this page, the word the and he, they are our tricky words. Words like rain and his, Zane, sees and moon, those are the ones that they should be able to sound out phonetically. But actually, the more they read the books, the more they read these words, the quicker they'll be able to do it, and they will slowly start to move towards sight reading and less blending. So for example, the blending is z, a, n, Zane, sees, the, oon, moon. What we want them to do though is start to develop their fluency, where they say Zane sees the moon. As you can see, that increases their sight reading and their fluency. This will take time though, so don't panic. That's why we encourage you to reread it, so they develop that skill and that confidence with the words that they see. Again, discuss the pictures after your child has read the sentence, and again, it will show you them that the pictures and the word match. If I was looking at this page with my child, we're talking about the moon. What time of day is it? Can you see the raindrops on the window? Where are the raindrops? He can hear the rain. Link it to any experiences you have as well. You know, if you see the moon outside, you can have a look at the moon as well. Look at the window. Is it raining? Make it relatable and give it some context for them as well. And at the end of the book, there are the comprehension questions. So we suggest you ask these questions at the back of the book, and also encourage your child to find the answer in the book. So go back through and think about what page it was where Zane was feeling sad, for example, and thinking about, you know, would you like to have a sleepover? Why not? Thinking about that more conversation-like as well. You continue to get non-fiction books sent home with your child. These are lovely texts with lots of real life pictures and lots of facts. The same kind of process on the front cover, so talking about the pictures, predict what might happen, what they might see in the book, read the title. On the inside cover though, there is a talk about it section, and this again, you could use this to develop understanding and their vocabulary. If I had this book with my child, I'd be thinking of what's the picture of, what can you see in the rock pool, and I wonder who might live in a rock pool. And also, just go back a second, there are also obviously the comprehension questions at the back of the book as well. Please read at home 5 times with your child and record it in the reading record. We will continue to celebrate home reading in school. And there are a wealth of other reading resources out there to develop reading for pleasure. We are big on that at Elmhurst. We want your children to enjoy reading. We see that already because many of them go and select a book from the library or go and select a reading book in their own learning time. And we want that to continue at home as well. So thinking about a book from school, a book from home, probably to the local library. If you have any magazines, any phonics words, they're all brilliant. You could find letters and sounds in the environment, read a range of print in the house or in the outdoor environment, for example, when at the shop. Build words with magnetic letters or word cards and or on paper or post-it notes, and play games with sounds and words such as snap or bingo. It'll be really easy for you to make a bingo card on a piece of paper, pick some words that they have from one of their reading books at home and play a game of bingo with them as well. Phonics Play continues to be a really good website, as does Alpha Blocks, and we strongly recommend you look at the Little Wandle website, which I've put the link to here. They have lots of videos and suggestions for you as parents as well, a wealth of resources for you to kind of access at home. We, of course, will continue our weekly Dojo posts where we will let you know which phonemes and tricky words the children have learned in phonics that week. And it will also include some words you can support your child to read with the sounds they have learnt in school. We are continuing our handwriting, and again, we are seeing huge improvements with your children's handwriting. We follow the Little Wonder Letters and Sound Formation programme, and in reception children are learning non-cursive handwriting. This means they're not joined up, but they are encouraged to reread their writing aloud, and we do encourage you to do that at home. So if your children are writing, get them to have a go at rereading their word. Again, it helps them check that they've got all the sounds they need. Again, develops that comprehension, that confidence with their writing. Children are supported to form their letters with a formation phrase, and you can access these on the Little Wonder website. And they really help them kind of remember the pattern, the direction of the writing. It very much links to the phonics. So the pictures that you have here of the snake, they see that in phonics. So everything we do is really closely aligned. It makes it very kind of succinct for all the children to be able to develop skills across their reading and their writing. And like I say, we'll be covering phase 3 this term, and next term we'll be looking at phase 4. I'll be doing a reading workshop on the 3rd of May, all about phase 4.